Shotgun. Llama.
Hello all humans, interested in learning how to use redstone in Minecraft and just what the hell you do with it. Yeah, I'm gonna teach you. Got my redstone ready world. Beautiful. And let's get started. Now, if you have done pretty much anything with redstone, you can probably just skip this video. This is going to be purely basics. Entirely basic, like any basic. I'm gonna go. No more chemistry jokes, I promise. So, this is redstone dust I'm holding. You get it by mining redstone ore, but usually when you're making really complex creations of redstone, you'll be doing it in creative, so that you can actually have enough resources. So here's what it does. You place it down, and it goes like that. But if there's one next to it, it changes shape. And it'll change shape to fit to whatever's next to it. And there are a bunch of shapes it can have, like that, and that. So that's what redstone looks like. Now, if you have redstone like this, it'll also connect to these things called redstone torches. These will power redstone, and as you'll see, redstone can be powered or not powered. Now, redstone power will really extend 15 blocks. So you see, I'll count these out until there's no more power. And you'll see there's no more power because it's not lit up anymore. It's the exact same color as the one after it, and there are no particles coming from it. So if you count these blocks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. See? 15 blocks are powered, and then the 16th block has no power. But you'll see each of these have a different signal strength. Now, up until comparators were added, that didn't really mean much of anything. But now that they exist, it has a little bit of effect. We're not really going to be going over much in this tutorial, though. So you might be wondering, what do I use redstone for? Well, redstone is used to power certain things. Like, it can turn a door on and off. Or really, switch its direction, I should say. Like this, you see? When the door is powered, it's open. When it's not, it's closed. And also, pistons will change their state depending on if they're powered. Actually, that's what controls pistons. No power, it's like that. Power, it does that. There's a sticky piston, actually. But normal pistons work the same way. Just like that. Okay, like that. Yeah. Now you'll see, when I placed it here, nothing happened. Even though it's getting power right there. Well, that's because the power isn't leading into the piston. It's just passing by it. Redstone wire will carry power in the direction it looks like it's in. But it also powers the block directly under it. And if a piston is adjacent to a powered block, it will activate. Like that. If you turn that off, it deactivates. Now, what if you're thinking, well, okay, it kind of makes sense, I guess. Well, what happens if I want to take redstone further than just 15 blocks? Well, there's something called a repeater. As the name suggests, it repeats the signal, so it will continue the signal, but it can also be used as a diode in that when you have a repeater, the signal will only travel one way. So, if this is powered, then it will power this, but if this is powered and this isn't, this will remain unpowered. Like that. Well, now you power it. Like that. Now, something about redstone torches that is very important is that if I change this a little bit so it looks like this instead, if something powers the block the redstone torch is attached to, and I'm going to use a lever for this. Levers can be turned on and off. Let me turn the music off, it's getting really annoying. Levers can be turned on and off. Like that, you'll see you can turn the signal on, and that's on. It will actually deactivate the torch. So a torch that's receiving power to the block it's attached to will not turn on, and therefore it won't power this. Something else you'll probably want to know about repeaters is that if you have one leading into the side of another one and power that, that repeater will basically become locked, meaning that no matter what you do here, the output of this repeater won't change. So I could power this, but it won't change until it becomes unlocked by this not receiving power. Now, if I lock it again while it is powered, it'll continuously emit power no matter what. Also, something else you'll have to know about repeaters is that they have a delay. By default, it's one tick, one redstone tick. I think there are 40 of them per second. There might be 20, I'm not sure. But you can change it from 1 to 4 by just right-clicking it. Now it's 2 ticks, 3, 4. And if you right-click it when it's on 4 ticks, it'll go back to 1. So, when you repeat a signal, it will have a little bit of delay. Not very much, though, by itself, but you do have to take this into account when you're making more complex machines. Now, if you look at Redstone, when it is powered, you'll see it has a bunch of different signal states. Now, like I said, this didn't mean much until the comparator was added. Now let's take this comparator and I just place it down somewhere and lead a wire into it. Let's say like this. So you'll see the signal strength, let's say it starts at 16, let's say it starts at 15 and goes down to 0. So here is 15, 14, 13. So it's receiving a signal strength from 13 and it'll output it just like I came in. Same strength, or maybe it's the same strength minus 1. But if I lead something into it on the side, then it will only output if the signal strength it's getting from its main input here is greater than the signal strength it gets on the side. Or, well, I suppose I should say greater than or equal to. If they're the same, it'll still output. And if there's one on both sides, it'll just use whichever is stronger and ignore the other one. Also, something else you'll notice, if I right-click this little torch here will turn on, which means it's going to subtractive mode. What that basically means is that it still works the same as before, but now the output is the main input minus the controller input. Like this is just what the main input is. So the signal strength will be less, and in this case nothing because they're the same. So that's something important you need to know about comparators. And that's really the basics of Redstone. I think there might be something else. Yes, there is actually something else I want to show you. It's a little thing that occurs when a redstone torch essentially powers its own block. You'll see that it will basically flicker on and off, and then eventually burn out. So if a redstone torch is forced to change between the on and off states too quickly for too long, it will basically burn out. Like you just saw here. Now let's talk about pulses. A button will produce a short pulse on its own. Like, actually no, let me not have it there. So see, I press the button, it's powered for a while, and then it turns off. See? So that's pretty straightforward, but there are other ways of making a pulse that I'm not going to show you right now, because that's for a later video. Yeah. Redstone power can travel through blocks, like this, and if I power this, you'll see that if I put a torch on here, it won't be powered because this block is being powered. But if I put redstone signal going through there, that won't be powered. But if I put a repeater here instead, then it will be powered. Cool. Actually, I think I can even put a comparator. Yeah, I can put a comparator here also, and it'll be powered. But not with full signal strength. Something you'll have to be aware of. Okay, so that is the end of the basic tutorial. I hope I was able to teach you something, and if I'm not, if not, then I apologize. I suck, and I thought I turned the music down. I did. What? What? I did. It's off. Hey! Stop. Stop. Okay. Now that the music is actually off, I'll continue with my outro. Yes, later tutorials will have more advanced things, starting off not very advanced at all. Basically, logic gates, pulse generators. You'll see it when we get there. But for now, this is the basics. I hope you liked it. Bye, share, you know the drill. And